How you guys doing today? In this video, we're going to talk about teenagers smoking weed and how do I feel about it. And, what are like my tips and advices for those that are already deep into it. So get your popcorns, get your little munchies out for those that are already smacked. So let's go right into this right now. I know it's been a while since I've made a video, and since the last video, I got a haircut. Reason why is because, I wanted a little fresh start. You know what I'm saying? I might grow my hair out again. I don't know what I want to do with it, low key, but mostly I just want to grow it out again. But I know the sides are already growing already because I got it like a few days ago after I recorded the last video. But yeah, let's just go right into this. I don't this is just coming out of my heart. This is gonna be very biased, so I don't know. I don't want you guys to kind of really wholly agree with me on this video. It really depends on how you guys feel, but this is just blatantly out of my heart and my opinion on kids smoking weed or teenagers smoking weed. Okay, the reason why I want to make this video is because the majority of people that watch my TikToks are very younger than me, and I'm only 22, which I'm kind of very I don't know how can I say it. I feel like everybody's big brother. You know what I'm saying? But let me straight up answer the question. Do I feel like teenagers should be smoking weed? No, at all. I feel like you shouldn't be doing any substances at all, especially if you're under 7. I would say under 17 and a half, because when that was the time I was almost an adult, and kind of my parents allowed me to smoke at that age. But if I had a little cousin or a little, if I don't have a little brother, but let's say if I had a little brother that started growing up and asking me, hey, can I try weed with you, blah blah blah, and they're 13, 14, 15, 16, I honestly wouldn't let them do any of it, because you should use those kind of ages to kind of learn about yourself, figure out what do you want to do. I personally didn't start smoking until I tried it for the very first time when I was 16 years old. And the first time I started smoking consistently was closer to 17. And at that time, I started saving up money and stuff like that just to kind of get a little bit more and more at a time. I've never brought more than a quad or half ounce at a time. And those ages were 16, 17 were my last two teenage years. And I was kind of losing a lot of care in school, but at the same time, I would throw effort if I really feel like it. You know what I'm saying? If it's a class that the teacher's really nice, or if she look hot or stuff like that, I don't care. I would throw a lot of those efforts. It would be a lot of those types of reasons, but I would throw a little bit more effort. And, sometimes it would work, but sometimes it won't work. But most of the time, I kind of lost care, especially my senior year when I started chiefing every day. I would this would be my routine. I would come to school sober, sobered out without smoking anything yet. And then I would go to the bathroom right before the first period. And then I would stay in there for 5 minutes at a time, 10, at most. Just chief in the cart, or I don't know what else I would have, or an edible. I've only done an edible in school once or twice, and most of those days did not go really well. Most of the time I would just be very tired and I would be knocked out. But I kind of don't recommend doing it those ages, because you're gonna get caught a lot of times with your parents. And if your parents do let you smoke at those ages, I kind of blame them, that's on them, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying be mad at them or anything, but that's just my personal opinion. Now, you should just learn about yourself, play some basketball, learn some talents about you always wanted. When I think of a 14-year-old smoking, I think about the kid that I used to see all the time at my music school that is super good at guitar. And he plays other instruments as well, obviously too. But that kind of makes me think. I'm damn. I imagine if he started smoking or something, maybe he probably wouldn't have all those talents, or I guess, or he probably wouldn't throw as much efforts in his guitar and stuff like that. But I mean, smoking at a young age, it kind of does delay your development as well, mostly in your head, or even sometimes physical, because you're not really, because when you smoke, you're naturally gonna feel lazy a lot of times as a young kid. And Yeah, I mean, is it fun doing it young? Yeah, I mean, without getting caught, and you're just with your homies at a Halloween party and stuff like that. I mean, I just wouldn't recommend it because you make the most out of that time to really learn about everything about life. And once you start, you kind of know how to discipline yourself, how to save up money on the side when you really need to, and like you'll be way better at it than maybe I am because I started at 16 and started consistently at 17. And I don't know. I'm not your mom or dad. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not telling you to, hey, stop smoking right now. I mean, if you're already deep into it, my main tip is just start doing it a lot more moderate. Keep it towards the weekends. If there's like parties or occasions at your schools that happen, hey, just don't smoke that the normal days. Just save it for like, the holidays or the fun days, if you know what I'm saying. And it'll feel a lot more meaningful and a lot more fun, and you'll get way higher, obviously, and you'll have way more memories as a teenager than I am. I mean, my memories as a teenager, the definitely 13, 14, 15, I did not smoke at all. At 15, I had a burning roach in my hand because there were random guys at the park passed it to me, and I really I never smoked, so I have no idea how to like inhale and stuff, so I just put it to my mouth and kind of just I did not taste anything. I kind of just like inhaled it through my nose, which was funny, but as I think back. But I kind of glad I didn't start at that age because then I probably definitely wouldn't go as far in my high school years. And you should like use those ages to kind of figure out how to get like a scholarship as well as you play a lot of those sports over the years. Because say you're 14 right now and you make like a lot of money to get the weed. Hey, I feel like if you start saving and you get to my age to 22, 8 years later, you would be able to buy a Lamborghini low key because you're like stacking, you're learning how to invest, and you're not really spending the majority of your money on the herb, and and you're disciplined on whatever that you want to do, and you already have a vision in your life, and you've had that vision throughout those years. But that's just my humble opinion. Kids shouldn't really try any substances, not even nicotine or alcohol. I feel like they shouldn't try until like 17, 17 and a half, when they're almost done with high school, when they already figured out what they want to do with their life. But in reality, our brains as a guy don't develop until we're 25. Girls is 23. So we shouldn't really abuse it way too much. So, I mean, even though I smoke a lot every day, but on the days that I have work, the days that I'm busy, I just smoke way less because I try to keep it at a clear mind. But yeah, I feel like the more you keep yourself disciplined and busy, you're gonna stop smoking a lot. So that's just my humble opinion. If you do it, I don't judge you, if you're young, so do what you want, have fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All right, peace out.